Hi, I'm with Lisa Myers from Verve Search. You were on the SEO panel, What's Next? And I just wanted to find out, what do you think's next for SEO?
Actually, it was quite an interesting panel. We touched on some SEO things that's next, but I would like to talk a lot more about it. I do think one thing that has become a much bigger part in the last year, although it's been present for a while, is universal search. Obviously, Google local business listing is a big part of that, and now pretty much any key term that also has a location, it will trigger local business listings. What I find this is really risky with that is that yes, it has got a very big part of the search engine results page with this local business listing. So the actual the prominence on the normal organic, if you will, has almost been completely disappeared because most of them goes to the second page. But Google particularly do not put enough support behind the Google local business listing. So you've seen loads of problems with the Google business listings, such as hijacking, the actual ranking algorithm being spammed to death, etc., etc. If they're going to put a big prominence on features such as universal search, especially local business, they need to put the support team behind it. And I asked that question to the Google employee yesterday, and it didn't really get answered. And I think that this is going to be more and more important, not just the local business listings, but also the videos, the images, etc. And also, I think one of the audience asked a really good question, saying, well, this is now becoming a big part of the results. Is there future plans to completely kind of sidetrack the normal organic results? And does this give a bigger prominence to the paid search module? Because if people are looking for actual products or looking for actual normal listings, it's now almost like the paid search is getting more prominence because all they can find is images and videos and all this kind of stuff. And was that part of the plan? A little bit conspiracy thing, but so that would be interesting to see how that develops.
I mean, this is absolutely a question. Is Google trying to kill off organic results? Are we going to see universal paid search?
Yeah, there's a lot of question in that, and it's also kind of a lot of speculations whether Google will eventually monetize the local business part of it. And if that happens, I think a lot of people get really pissed off because now local business listings is within the organic.
So one question about local business. You can get map results taking almost 70% of the page up now in the organic section. What is local business hijacking? What do local shops need to worry about?
Okay, so I had this happen to one of my clients literally just a month and a half ago, and it took me a blog post, over 100 tweets to get someone to look at it at Google. So basically what they've done is that the hijackers had basically posted a listing with the same name. When you do that with the same name as my client, it says, oh, is this also your listing? Would you like to claim that listing, make it into one? And that's what they did. And then they verified it via post, etc. And then they changed it back again. What they interestingly did is that they left everything within that listing. So all they changed was the web address. So it was an affiliate site that basically stole all the listings and all the kind of videos, all the content within it, as well as all that. I have something like 1,000-something TripAdvisor reviews for this particular hotel that I work for, which had a massive impact on their traffic.
Yeah.
It literally lost like 10,000s of visits.
I mean, is that the case? Is it a kind of like businesses need to almost get in on a kind of land grab for their local listings because other kind of unethical affiliates are just taking it over and rinsing the cash?
Yeah, I think personally, I think the Google local business listing should not be allowed. It shouldn't be an open market for affiliates. I think it should be for brands only, and where they can claim their listing for their address and no affiliates allowed. I think that's only fair. So that would be one thing that I would first do if I was Google local business listing. Also, tied up the algorithm is way too easy to manipulate. And things like putting keywords in the title, etc. They say that you shouldn't, but they don't take any action for changing that, etc. And when it has such a big prominence, and now it really does, they need to put put more attention to it.
And going back to this idea of support, one problem I've encountered is that how do you get your business listings up there in multiple languages?
Oh, yeah, good question. Yeah, that is quite a difficult, because it's at the moment the process of adding this. You can do bulk uploads, etc., but the verification process is too time-consuming and too difficult. Although it still needs to be difficult, they just need to find a different way. So one, you can't claim unless it's not yours, but still it doesn't take you 3 months to do it if you have several countries and several locations, etc. Because that's the hard process. So yeah, they need to sort it out, I think.
I'd almost wanted to end on that, but we'll carry on.
Yeah.
One question as well. I mean, so what's interesting about what you're saying is that your everyday process as an SEO has now gone into auditing local business listings, making sure they're not being manipulated by someone else. What other SEO processes have you had to introduce into your workflow? Okay,
well, when it comes to the biggest change, I think, is the off-page optimization. In the last year, maybe last 2 years, but especially the last year, the algorithm for the links for Google for organic has become tighter and tighter, but they made it more difficult to get links. Obviously, really big crackdowns on paid links, etc. So link building in the traditional sense is almost impossible to do unless you can take the risks of doing things that are a bit risky. So now it's Verve Search. Our entire off-page optimization goes very closely with the social media strategies. So our off-page optimization strategies always include social media, so link baiting being a form of social media as well, and things like Twitter and Facebook and social media networks also helps generating the buzz for a brand, etc. And we create larger kind of viral campaigns or social media campaigns at least a few times a year to get those links.
Okay, so that's another interesting, slightly counterintuitive thing with SEO. I mean, a lot of links on YouTube, Facebook. Well, YouTube's no followed, Facebook doesn't really get indexed, yep. Twitter's no followed. Can social networks still create good links for you? Can they make the leap out of the social into the blogs?
Okay, well, that's a very good question, and I spoke on their social media 101 session yesterday as well, where I talked about this. Is that Facebook and Twitter and all these networks, they're not actually social media; they're just the tools you use. But you have to use those tools to build it up. So yes, they won't give you direct links, but they will help build up a campaign to generate the buzz that will give you links. So obviously, number one, and I talked about this a lot yesterday as well, is that the linkerati, which is kind of now familiar with in SEO, the people that you need to target to generate those links, is also the social rati. So those people that are most active within the social media networks, and especially Twitter. So those people do have blogs, they do have their own sites, etc. If you can target them through Twitter, you will get those links. You just have to make sure that you have the content niche enough, right enough for those people.
Brilliant. And finally, so given that we are seeing these major changes in the SEO and search marketing landscape, are you having to staff in a different way? Are budgets changing for SEO?
Yeah, we are definitely, like the way that we recruit has kind of slightly changed, where it used to be more like really getting those people that have that technical savviness. You also really need to have that social savviness. So a lot of the strategy for recruitment particularly is also getting the people that has the ideas. And it's really hard because SEO is difficult to recruit within anyway, but now you also need those people to be technical, marketing savvy and social media savvy. So finding the people is more important and more difficult than ever before.